Good morning. Good morning. Hello. It's LaShanda Henry here, aka Sister Sense with Messy Face Pretty Men. Hey, Mama. Every time I hit record, she sits in my lap. She's just like, camera, it's time to go. How y'all doing this morning? Hello, hello, hello. If you're watching me live, just let me know who you are and say hello. If you're catching me on the replay side, always remember to drop into the comment box, hashtag replays rack. It's too early in the morning, y'all. I was going to say hashtag. So listen, I don't know how this is going to go, but what I'm going to do, hey, good morning, my dear. What I'm going to do is see if I can start to talk to you as part of these girl boss conversation sessions, okay? So if you like the idea of early in the morning, me jumping on here to talk to you about some girl boss conversations, definitely heart it up and let me know what some topics you'd like us to talk about in the morning, okay? That's number one. Number two, the focus of today's conversation is what I want to do is I want to talk to you about GRO, G-R-O, versus GRO, G-R-O-W, the one that you actually know, okay? Hey, Yandel. Hey, Barbara. Good morning, my lovelies. Good morning, good morning. Of course, make sure that you turn on notifications and alerts so you can see when I'm jumping on here so you can check in with me. And you can also share this out because sharing is caring, okay? So you know GRWO, but I'm going to kick off this conversation with GRO, which is actually one of my signature Sister Sense acronyms. For me, GRO stands for Get Rich Online. And as an online entrepreneur, I've been online for almost 2 decades now, making money online, selling physical products and digital products and services and coaching and all that stuff. That's what I do. So when it comes to money marketing and sales, jumping on here to share that kind of clarity, motivation, and direction with you about how to GRO, that's what I do, okay? Last night, I had a late night session, and I talked about you being ready for revenue. So I switched the R from GRO, rich, to get revenue online. That was a conversation I had yesterday. By the way, if you did not take that quiz, are you ready for revenue? Make sure that at some point today you take that 10-point quiz, okay? Watch that replay on the Ready for Revenue, take the quiz, okay? So first thing that I want to do is talk to you about 2 ways to think about and get yourself prepared around the GRO conversation, okay? Now, the first thing I said is for me, when I say GRO, I mean get rich online. You want to grow, put GRO into the comment box, okay? Now, next thing I want to do is what I want to say to you is when it comes to real talk girl boss and guy bosses too, when you think about GRO, you got to understand the kind of rich I'm talking about. Because see, a lot of people think about rich and they get excited about 6 figures and 7 figures and celebrity status and Insta influencer status. And they start fast and fizzle fast. You cannot simply think about getting rich as monetary, as I'm going to be like all these other people that I see. Because the folks who just in it for the money, honey, they ain't in it to win it. Win it being living a purposeful, successful life. You hear me? Think about that. Think about how many times you tried to do something in your business or you try to do something, period, and you were just in it for the money. It don't work out. You lose focus. You get frustrated because that is not tethering you and anchoring you strong enough to consistently stick it out. Like, this is too hard. I'm going to find another way to make money. It's easier to just work the 9 to 5, right? That's not the kind of rich I'm talking about. Rich for me means that you live a rich life. I want you guys to identify what rich means to you. What does it mean to live a rich life? What kind of life are you trying to live right now? Are you trying to get to Beyonce status, Oprah status? Or there's a certain degree of rich that you trying to live right now? Because the reality is there are a lot of millionaires and billionaires out there who, let me be clear, they're not happy. They're not happy. Riches don't necessarily, let me say, not just riches, but monetary riches don't necessarily equate to happiness. And you probably go, you lying. Me being rich is going to make me real happy. But come on. The reality is a lot of people who are hyper, super rich, unless they're living in a place where they are just genuinely purposely giving and trying to, help other people, and they have a clear purpose about what they are here for. A lot of rich people are not happy when they focus solely on the monetary. So what I want you to do when it comes to GRO, remember that's one of my signature Sister Sense sayings, right? Get rich online. If you want to grow online, I want you to think about not wanting to focus on simply the monetary concept of GRO, but thinking about what it means to have a rich lifestyle. I'm in a place where I used to live in New York. I was getting kicked out of my apartment because of rent gentrification, all this crazy stuff in New York. I moved to North Carolina, lower cost of living. I was able to start my own business. I was living in a little apartment. Now I have my own home. I'm in my home office. I own my car, right? I'm in a different place. I feel like I'm rich. This is my Beyonce status, being able to work a 9-to-5, do what I need to do, come through, not having to work for somebody else, having the freedom and flexibility to do what I want to do, set my day how I want to set it, play how I want to play. That's rich. What kind of rich life? Hey, good morning, Lavon. Good morning, Mentor Shelly. Good morning. Good morning, Sherlyn. Good morning. Good morning. What kind of rich life do you guys want? Number one, if you want to grow, GRO, drop GRO into the comment box for me. Number two, when you think about riches, when you think about what kind of rich lifestyle you want, I want you to identify at least one or two things that describe a rich lifestyle for you, and drop that into the comment box too, because this is about visualization. This is a girl boss conversation about working towards the kind of visualization you want in your life. I remember yesterday I talked about, and remember y'all, take that quiz, that Ready for Revenue 10-point quiz. Take it. I did it as a late night live yesterday. You can watch the replay on Facebook at Sister Sense or on YouTube, LaShanda Henry. One of the things I talked about when it comes to being ready for revenue, I said you got to rethink your perception of what it means to be an online success or to work towards online sales. Okay? You got to rethink those things, because at the end of the day, when it comes to being rich, riches require you to roll up your sleeves and do the work. A lot of people live in a space where they have this perception that the people that they think are quote unquote living rich lives have it easy. And a lot of these people have to do a lot of work. I talked about yesterday Beyonce when she was a part of Destiny's Child. Y'all remember Destiny's Child, right? I remember watching a documentary, and she was like in her early 20s or her late teens. And she talked about how when everybody else left the studio, she was still in the studio working. And look at her now. Kelly and everybody else is still around, but they not Beyonce. That initial work set her up for success. So when you think about living a rich life, what does that mean for you, number one? And number two, for those of you who want to have riches and generate revenue online, do you realize that it's not just a wait and let me find that easy magic bullet solution, that you got to roll up your sleeves and do the work? Because I get that you want the website to work and you want to just get traffic and you just want to put stuff online and bring in that smart passive income, because everybody wants that passive income sitting on the beach, pina colada. But not everybody understanding that you got to do the work. One of my favorite quotes from my hubby, he loves bodybuilding, right? And he loves this one bodybuilder. And he always saying, everybody wants to be a bodybuilder. Nobody wants to lift these heavy ass weights. Everybody wants the look. They want the muscles. They want the six pack. They want to look like that superstar, but nobody want to lift the weights and take the pain so they can grow. The GROW and the GRO. So look, y'all, like I said, first thing I wanted to do today was talk to you about two aspects of GRO, understanding that to get rich online, as I like to say when it comes to GRO, you have to understand that you cannot be in this for simple riches, for simple rich status, the illusion of you being big and on and popping. There are a couple of Instagram fakepreneurs out there. Let's be clear. They got thousands and millions of followers and they can't make $2. The false perception of perfection is not what you want. That fake feel good. You want that real good of living the kind of life you want, having the kind of freedom and flexibility you want, and bringing in regular revenue that allows you to not simply thrive, but survive. Well, hold on. Let me flip that. Not simply survive, but thrive in your life, right? You want to get out of survival mode, paycheck to paycheck mode. You want to be in thrive mode. That's the kind of rich we need. Because again, the ones who are looking for status and the ones who are looking for a monetary rich gain when it comes to building an online business, they don't make it, they don't last, they fizzle fast. So those of you who are starting to grow, trying to get there, I'm here to let you know that if you ain't ready to put in the work, exit stage left. You got to go. If you ain't ready to put in the work, it ain't gonna work. Y'all hear me? Somebody write that down. If you're not ready to put in the work, it's not going to work. So I want you guys to understand that. And I want you to see where you are falling short and you're working on your growth in your business and proactively growing in your business versus waiting and wishing for the right time or waiting and wishing for your stuff to just magically take off online and not understanding you have to work at this. That phrase that pays, sometimes it takes 10 years to be an overnight success. Okay? So that's the first part of GRO, GRO, that I wanted to talk to you about today. Now, the other part that I wanted to talk to you about today, because I said yesterday I did that quiz on ready for revenue, right? I said when it comes to GRO, yes, you do want to grow, get rich online, but in order to grow, you have to grow. Get revenue online. Who's getting consistent revenue online? Me? I know I am. If I wasn't, I'd be working for somebody. I've been online for almost 2 decades now. I've been working at home for the last 13 years. My son is going to be 13 this year. For the last 13, I used to do a side hustle, right? How many side hustle sisters I got in the building? You got a 9 to 5 and you working your business on the side. I used to side hustle my way to make this thing work for me. And then I transitioned from New York to North Carolina. And from that point, when my son was about 6 months old, I became a full-time work-at-home mom, and I've never looked back, right? So in order for you to grow, GRO, get rich online, right? You got to GRO, generate that revenue online. You got to get that revenue, right? So first, I want you to think about, are you generating sufficient revenue online? There are 3 questions I want you to ask yourself. Number 1, are you ready for revenue? Some of you don't have a product or service to sell yet. Are you ready for revenue? Some of you got products, but you don't have the pages to actually put online so people can buy your stuff. Are you ready for revenue, right? You have really and truly prepared yourself to make money online. If you don't know if you're ready for revenue, like I said before, make sure that you watch the replay of the Ready for Revenue. Take that quiz that I posted on YouTube. You can find me on YouTube, LaShanda Henry, or you can take the test by watching the replay on Facebook, on my video section, on my Access to Sense Facebook, okay? Are you ready for revenue? That's question number 1. A lot of y'all say you ready, but you ain't ready. You ain't ready. Some people say, yeah, I'm ready for that money, but you don't got no products to sell. Some people say, I'm ready to make money, but you afraid to sell. Who afraid to sell? Who's going to proactively sell something today? Like you're going to say something. You're going to talk about your products and services. Are you going to proactively sell something today? If you are, say yes, me. And if you are, what you going to do to sell today? Because the second question is, are you set up for sales? Yesterday, I had an amazing webinar training, and it was about 3.5 hours. I talked about how to set up for sales success. So every single day of the week, you've got an action step that you can take to set yourself up for success. If you guys didn't participate in that webinar last night, you missed. No, not last night because it was in the afternoon. You missed it. But the replays are online, so make sure you grab it because the now it's half off and the price is going to go up. The original price for the people who jumped on, the early responders, it's not that price anymore. It went up, but it's still half off, but then it's going to go all the way up to the regular retail. And if you want to watch that webinar, Set Up for Sales Success, go to sistasense.com/SUFS, which stands for Set Up for Sales. I share 7 ways that you can work towards your super sales action steps. So when I talk to you about GRO, if you want to get rich online, you have to GRO, generate revenue online. If you want to grow, you have to grow. How are you going to generate revenue online? First question was, are you ready for revenue? A lot of you guys say yes. If you're ready for revenue, say, yeah, me, okay? But I want you to clearly understand what I mean when I say ready for revenue. So number 1, make sure that you take my Ready for Revenue test. I did that web class yesterday. Go watch that replay, right? Number 2, I need you to understand that to be ready for revenue, you got to have your products ready. To be ready for revenue, you have to proactively sell online. To be ready for revenue, you got to understand that you cannot be resistant to doing the things you're supposed to do every single day to market. You got to come from behind the shadows and show up and shine online. Because I said, y'all, if you watch my videos, one of the things I talk about is checking your challenges. Some of you guys are challenged. Oh, I don't want to do this because I don't understand technology. I don't want to do audio because I don't like the sound of my voice. I don't want to do video because I don't want to get in front of the camera. I don't want the way that I look. One of the ladies in my circle said, she sent me an email yesterday and she said, look, LaShanda, a lot of times my hair ain't looking right. That's why I don't like to do video. You got any recommendations? And I was like, boo, no shame in that game. I got you. So I gave her a couple of recommendations. I might do that as a class. If you guys are resistant and afraid about live streams, let me know who's afraid of live streams, okay? And I might do that as a class for y'all. Some things you need to do when you feel like your hair ain't right and tight. Look, I got fuzzies. My edges ain't no kind of right, but I'm a natural girl, so I can play that off. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, Lord, I can't go on camera today. But some of y'all, there are things that you're resistant to that are preventing you from moving forward. You are the one blocking your business blessings. So are you ready for revenue? That's a conversation. That's a mindset. That's an understanding. Number 1. Number 2, are you set up for sales? Today is Monday. Who ready for that Monday morning money? I already had a couple of PayPal pings this morning. I was like, okay, it's Monday. It's on and popping. I'm ready. Are you ready for revenue? Are you set up for sales? One of the things I ask, it's a 10-point quiz. The first thing that I ask when it comes to being ready for revenue, I say, have you set your revenue goals? There are 10 questions that I ask in that quiz. The first one is, have you set your revenue goals for the week? Has everyone set their revenue goals for the week? You know how much money you want to make, what you're going to sell to make that money, because some of y'all want to make some Oprah style money and you don't got no products to sell. How much you want to make, what you want to sell, right? What's your focus offer? This week, one of my fabulous focus offers is the Setup for Sales Success, because I did the webinar yesterday. The replays are online. It's absolutely fabulous. You're going to get 3.5 hours of good me sharing with you some smart things that you can do every single day to sell, right? That's one of my core offers. I know what I'm going to sell this week. I know what I'm going to make this week. I've set my revenue goals. That's the first question that I ask y'all in the Ready for Revenue quiz. Who's ready? Who of you have set your revenue goals for this week? If you did it, good. Let me know. Say yes, say yes, say yes. If you haven't set your revenue goals for this week, you better find 10 minutes and find a corner and set them goals. Because you ain't ready for revenue, boo. If you ain't set your goals, you got to be specific. Mom's that hustle. Hey, boo. So good to see you here. I miss you. It's always great when I get to see some of the entrepreneur business besties in my circle, the girl bosses who actually come out and work with me when I do my Girl Boss Weekend workshop. So it's always awesome to see you guys. By the way, I would love to play with some of y'all as part of my Girl Boss Weekend workshop experience. I'm trying to do one the first weekend of August, another one in October, and that's essentially me. I usually do my workshops either in Raleigh, North Carolina, or here in Greenville. If you'd like to come out and do one of the Girl Boss Weekend workshops, the tentative schedule is the first weekend of August, another one in October, and I always kick off the year with my Fire Start Your Year 3-day weekend workshop, MLK weekend, Martin Luther King weekend. So if you're interested in learning about any of those three, email me, sistersense@gmail.com, or message me. Let me know you'd like to know, how to get to where I am and where I'm going to be, so we can have a fabulous weekend, Girl Boss Weekend. And usually what we do is we go through your money, your marketing, and your sales goals too. During those weekends, I always show you how to create a product, how to sell your product, how to be more consistent with showing up online, money, marketing, and sales. Now, I got somebody over here. She doing something. You doing something you're not supposed to do. Who is over here? She's so small. I hear, you got to have those mommy moments. You hear chattering in a corner. What you doing? What's going on? Chewing stuff you're not supposed to be chewing. Messy face. You need a bath. You smell. I love you, though. She's the cutest to me. I look at her face. It's like she's a total hot mess. And I'm like, you're just so cute, but you smell so bad. You need a bath, mama. It's the summertime. You sweat, too. Shoot. All right. So, yes, if you're interested, like I said, in coming out and hanging out with me during a Girl Boss Weekend, either in August, October, or January, check in, email me, or message me, sistersense@gmail.com. All right. But like I said, at the end of the day, right, when it comes to being ready for revenue, there are 3 questions you need to ask yourself right now. First question being, number 1, like I said, are you ready for revenue? When it comes to growing, number 1, take the quiz if you don't know. Right? Number 2, are you set up for sales this week? Right? You got your products ready. You know how you're going to market. Yesterday, when I talked about being ready for revenue, there were a couple of questions that I asked. And I'll ask you guys a couple of these questions, man, the Ready for Revenue paper is over there. I would go through the whole 10 with you right now, but it's over there. One of those questions is, when it comes to being ready for revenue, do you have regulars? Because your business cannot be sustained simply on new products and new customers. Do you have regular people that come into your business on a regular basis, right? Remember the show Cheers, where everybody knows their name. Cheers, a part of the sustainability of that bar were the regulars. They're there like every freaking day. Do you have regulars in your business? If you do, you're ready for revenue consistently, right? When you think about being in a place where you're ready for revenue, I talked about SBS. Somebody write that down. SBS, subscription-based solutions, right? You got to keep the lights on, right? You got to pay your electric bill every month, right? You locked into that subscription. Do you have people who are locked in and locked on, laser focused on you, because they are a part of one of your subscription-based solutions? So you don't always have to have a new customer buying from you, because you've got your repeat subscription-based ongoing customers buying from you. Those are some of the questions that I ask when I ask the question, are you ready for revenue, right? So you take the whole quiz, okay? Take the whole quiz, right? But, first question, are you ready for revenue? Second question, are you set up for sales? Are you set up for sales? There was another quiz that I did yesterday in the morning, and it was an AIMS, am I missing something? When it comes to your sales, I shared 10 things that you should be doing to get better at sales. And I said, AIMS, am I missing something? That's another 10-point quiz. You guys can watch these absolutely free, whether you find them on my YouTube page or you watch them on my Facebook page at Sister Sense. 10 points, 10 questions. See where you are. See what you're missing. Okay, are you set up for sales? And like I said, if you haven't already done so, if you missed the 3.5-hour fabulous webinar that I did yesterday on how to set yourself up for sales, make sure that you go over to sistersense.com/SUFS so that you can get that webinar, because literally right now it's half off, but it's not going to be that way for after the next 3 days. It's going to go up and then it's going to go away. So usually when I say go away, it goes away as an individual offer, and then I put it in some sort of vault where you have to be a member of that particular vault to get access to it, or some sort of higher price point bundle where you have to have that particular bundle to get access to it. So if you want it right now at the reduced rate that it is at half off for the next 3 days, you want to figure out how to set yourself up for success, Sister Sense style, you can go check it out. My goal is that I help you put together what I call a 7-day profit playbook, so that every single day you've got action steps, right? Action steps that are going to help you. Number 3 question is, are you ready to make a sale today? Are you ready to make a sale today? If you are, I need you to know that I need to know how you are going to go and grow your business by making a sale today. Give me a specific action step. Drop that into the comment box. You ready to grow today? You ready to make a sale today? Okay. How you going to make a sale today? Who you going to talk to today? What you going to sell today? When you going to put that thing up today? Let me know. Put that action plan. Put those action steps into the comment box, because when I said to you in the very beginning of this conversation, today we're going to talk about GRO, my signature Sister Sense acronym, GRO, Get Rich Online, AKA generate revenue online. Because if you want to grow, GRO, get rich online, you got to grow, GRO, generate revenue online, right? You got to do that first. There ain't no chicken before the egg. You got to bring in the revenue before you get the rich. And in my case, I talk to you not simply about riches like 6 and 7 figures. I talk about rich life. Being in a place where you have the freedom and flexibility to build your business and sustain yourself without having to work for anybody else. A rich life. Right? That was the first part of the conversation. And like I said to you, the second part is understanding that in order to grow, you need to generate revenue. Are you ready for revenue? That was the first question. Number 2, have you set yourself up for sales this week? That was the second question. Number 3, are you ready to make a sale today? Because by the way, in order for you to consistently set yourself up for sales success for the week, you got to make sure that you are ready to make a sale every single day. You are proactively finding a way to make a sale. Because for those of you who go, well, I ain't selling online, my response to that is you ain't selling because you ain't selling. You ain't doing the things that you need to do to proactively take action steps to sell in your business. So this is not me simply just offering you solutions. This is me checking you this morning. So you are checking yourself, checking your challenges, checking your checklist of the action steps that you are going to take every single day. The action steps you want to take today to make a sale, to work on your revenue goals, to work on being ready for revenue, so you're working your way towards what you believe to be as your definition of being rich, right? And that's the second thing that I said to you. I want you to identify what it means to you to live a rich life. And feel free to share that here with me. Living a rich life for me is this. I am living my rich life. I don't need to be a millionaire. I am good right here. I got a home. I got a beautiful son. I got the perfect hubby. He is absolutely fabulous. He got them big old strong arms to protect me. And then his behind can get in the kitchen and cook and clean for me. He is absolute perfect perfection. I am living my rich life. Riches doesn't mean simply monetary and status. It means you being to a place where you are living your definition of success. So what you got to do in this girl boss conversation is you got to do some visualization today. I want you to visualize what your rich life looks like, not just the monetary aspect of it, but you living the life you want, being around the people you want, doing the things that you want. Yesterday, Sunday, I need to tell you how fabulous it was for me to be able to do that Setup for Sales webinar. It was just fabulous because number one, I could talk about what I love talking. I could talk to women boss entrepreneurs looking to work on their business forever, ever. So talking to my bosses on that webinar, that was so much fun. How many of you geek out? You just love your job. Well, it's not a job for me. It's a life. It's what I do. I could do that. And I get paid to do what I do. Come on. That's the rich life status. What is your definition of rich? Okay. So how are you going to make a sale today? Are you set up for success? Are you ready for revenue? The 3 questions that I ask you today. If you want to grow, you have to grow, right? That was the first part of today's conversation. The final part is, like I said to you, this is a girl boss conversation about GRO versus GRWO, growth. Right now, I've been talking to you guys about your mid-year agenda because we're at the middle of the year, right? And I've been talking to you about things that you need to do to work on your growth goals, to accomplish your end of year goals, your long-term goals. And by the way, if you've missed any of my classes on growth goals and setting up your mid-year agenda, you can go to sistersense.com/MYA, absolutely free, and catch up on number 1, the accountability session that I have on your growth goals and mid-year agenda, as well as some of those web classes, absolutely free. Okay. sistersense.com/MYA, which stands for mid-year agenda. Somebody feel free to drop that link into the comment box for me. Okay. And it's funny because I'm very, very spiritual, right? I always believe things happen in divine right timing. And one of my favorite spiritual leaders is Stephen Furtick. I always just love how he presents his messages. Y'all listen to Stephen? So he's got something called 1 Minute Motivation, and I'm on that list, and he'll send me these emails. And I got a beautiful email this morning, and the email titled was The Truth About Growth. And I was like, I got to watch it. I got to watch it now. It was like 6:52 in the morning. I'm like, I got to watch it now. 1 minute, but very, very powerful, right? So I wrote it down, and he said, growth is like that. You sow, you water, you plow, but you don't have to know how. I said, drop the mic, Stephen. Growth is like that. GRWO, that kind of growth. You growing in life, you growing in your business, you growing in your personal and your professional. Growth is like that. You sow, you water, and you plow, but you don't have to know how. I said, come on now, come through, Stephen. What that 1 minute? What's that message, Stephen? I said, let me lean in and listen. Right? I wrote it down because I was like, this is too good. This is too good. God is looking for people who don't know how, who hunger and thirst for righteousness. He ain't looking for people who think they so perfect. They know everything. They don't need him to pour into them. He's looking for the folks who want to get there but don't know how. You sow, you water, and plow, but you don't have to know all the pieces. Some of you guys are overthinking and underperforming. You ain't done 3 things good yet because you like, I ain't ready yet. It ain't done yet. I don't understand everything yet. Sometimes you got to just take that leap of faith and jump in and grow as you go. Babies don't know what they're doing when they get up and they fall on their behind, but they know they got to crawl or walk. Some of y'all don't want to crawl. You just want to be gliding. You just want to be shuffling and sliding. And baby, if your business in the baby step, how you going to shuffle and slide? How you going to do the cha-cha slide when you in baby steps? You got to understand that you don't have to know everything, but you do have to move forward to grow, right? He said, those are the kind of people that God is looking for. He's looking for the people that are hungry, right? The people who ain't perfect. They got room to grow. They're looking to be poured into. Is that you? Because if it is, he looking for you, boo. You thinking you ain't got it all together. So, you know, it ain't never going to come together. Here's something that I wanted to share with you when it comes to growth. Because we live in an instant gratification world. Because we live in an instant gratification world. When it comes to being an entrepreneur and being a business success, too many people want to rush the process. And just like being a child, we can't rush growing up. We got to go through every minute, every hour, every day, every month, every year to grow. So does your business. You can't rush it, but you can nurture it. So what I want to do today is I want to share with you some growth goals to think about so you can GRO, generate revenue online. You want to grow GRO, get rich online, generate revenue online. You got to work on your growth, GRWO, goals. Okay? Like I said, number 1, you can watch some of those growth goals, mid-year goal conversations that I have over at sistersense.com/MYA. But number two, what I'm going to do here is share with you today some things to consider when it comes to growth goals in your business. Okay. Number one, I've got a mastermind. It's called my Fire Starter Circle. And right now, for the next 90 days in my mastermind, I'm working on growth goals. Okay. And so I said to the ladies in my circle, there are three things that I feel like, three areas you guys need to focus on. Because some of you are just focused on your short term, your immediate needs. You got to have long-term goals so you can build a better scalable business. So your actions can't simply be a reflection of what you want right now. Your actions need to be able to set you up for success for what you want to see and accomplish by the end of the year. How many of you guys get to the end of the year and you're full of regret? Oh man, I didn't do this. I wasn't ready for Black Friday. I wasn't ready for Cyber Monday. Oh my God, I ain't ready. You feel like a hot mess. In order to be ready, you got to prepare for success. You can't wait until the last day to be ready, right? Like your child, when they got a project to do. It's due tomorrow. Mommy, I need a poster board. Tonight at 8 o'clock, you telling me you need a poster board? You need sticky tape? You need markers? Are you for real, kid? Come on now. When it's time to go, you like 2 seconds out the door with their keys, right? Oh, mommy, I need this and this and this. We got show and tell today. Are you kidding me? You need to tell me now you got to figure out what you want to do for show and tell. We got 5 minutes to go. Come on now. It ain't happening. It doesn't happen. Too many people set themselves up for failure because they're so fixated on the now, they don't focus on the next, the long-term goals, the long game. So when you think about growth in your business, again, sow, water, plow. Here are some things that you need to know to help you figure out how you're going to grow, okay? 3 core areas for me you guys should be thinking about: growth in your email subscriber list, growth in your customer sales base, growth in your social following. You want to build your business, you're going to have a brand. You know, your vibe attracts your tribe. You're going to have people around you. So your email subscriber list should be sustainable, because I'm going to tell you, a lot of us entrepreneurs who we sowed and plowed, but we didn't necessarily know how. We were just building a business. We were putting the bricks down as we were going, right? A lot of us will tell you one of the biggest mistakes we made in the beginning was not cultivating the email subscriber list from the beginning and waiting until later, because a lot of folks go, I'm going to get to the email list later. I can't get to that now. It's not on my priority list. It definitely helps with growth to cultivate that as early as you can. So your email subscriber list, your social following, because you got to be social if you want to generate those sales online. There's no ands and buts about it. You have to build your social following, that, and your sales. You have to build your subscriber base, your customer base, those 3 core areas. So for the next 90 days in my mastermind with my mentees, we're working on each of those core areas. The first one being email subscribers and growing that. So number one, when I talk to you specifically about Grow Bosses, what you need to do to grow your business, I want you to think about that. Are you strategic? And you guys, I'm curious here. I want to ask you, and you let me know. Comment whether you're watching live or via the replays. Are you working on strategically in your business, just making money, trying to figure out how to create products and sell the products? Or are you strategically working on cultivating your list, growing your email list? Are you strategically working on generating new sales, cultivating relationships with customers, converting those browsers into buyers? Are you strategically working on creating sales funnels? Are you strategically working on your sales intentionally? Are you strategically and intentionally working on your social media following, showing up and shining online? Could be every day, could be a few weeks at a time. How are you doing that? Are you doing that consistently? Because if you're not, you got some growth goals to work on. Some of you guys are just working on, how do I make that money today? And the reality is, if you've got a larger email subscriber list, if you have more social media followers, if you have more previous customers, you never have to worry about that kind of consistency. Because let me tell you something. Yes, I want to grow. Yeah, I want more email subscribers. I want more social media subscribers. I want more sales. But I am in a space where, honestly, I'm here to let you know I've got followers, I've got subscribers, I've got current customers. So I have a base business where I am bringing in a base foundation of revenue. But as a driven entrepreneur, there's always you wanting to get to that next level, right? I got my sweet spot. I'm trying to get to my next sweet spot. Have you gotten to a sweet spot at all where you are GRO generating revenue online? Because if not, in addition to you just kind of doing this, right? I call this spaghetti marketing. Throw it at the wall and see if it sticks. You just kind of put stuff up haphazardly. You ain't market to nobody in 5 months. All of a sudden, you like, hey, buy this today. Buy this today. Yay, yay, buy this today. You all buy now and no build up. And then you get the funky face. Why they ain't buy? Forget them. I'm out. You want people to check out your stuff and put them stuff in the checkout cart on your shop, but you not checking in consistently. You can't just simply think about when you need immediate needs met. People don't buy when your bills need to be paid and your baby needs to be fed. They buy when they need and they want what you value, what you have that's of value to them, which means that you got to show up. You consistently show up when they ready. They say, you know, for those of you who are coaches, you've probably heard the statement, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Folks follow me online for years. Don't buy not near thing, not one thing. Then when they really ready, all of a sudden it's like, bam, woo, floodgates. I want this, LaShanda. I want this, LaShanda. I want the coaching call. I want the VIP day. I want the course. I want to be in your mastermind. Come on, girl. They ready. Something just opened up. But see, if I was invisible and I had the funky face, you ain't pay me today. Right? For those who are fixated on fast funds, you got the funky face when people don't pay you today, then you get all up in your feelings. You get them F feelings, them effed up feelings, funky face, frustration, your fire fizzles, all that. And you don't do nothing. And then you go, why are my funds funky? Because you're only focused on the immediate of what you really need right now. And you're not focused on the long-term goals. You're not focused on cultivating the relationships and building growth in the 3 areas I talked about. Your email, your subscriber list, your social following, and your sales, your customer base. Because you got to have people who just want to be around you. Just tip their toe in the water, just play in your backyard. And they're going to do that for a while. They're just going to want to play in your backyard and see what you all about for a while. And then when they're ready, the floodgates open, not just for digital products, not just for information, not just for coaching, but for physical products too. Yesterday, I shared an example with you about one of my favorite physical products, the Izzy and Liv brown sugar box. Y'all know Izzy and Liv? Come on now. That Melanin Magic brown sugar box for sister girls every single month. It's a subscription box series. You get good. You get their t-shirts, accessories, home decor, a magazine, and more. Look, I was following Brown Sugar Box, and let me tell you, the girl who founded it, Nicole Brown, she's one of my friends on Facebook. Sister girl is making millions right now. I'm like, come on now. Come through, Nicole. Izzy and Liv, that baby that she built into $1 million business. Come on now. I was looking at Izzy and Liv Brown Sugar Box for well over a year. All up in my feelings. Looking at these beautiful Melanin Magic sisters with their Izzy and Liv t-shirts on. Like, I want one. But see, I'm a mama, right? And you know, Izzy and Liv, the boxes are affordable. But when you try to prioritize other things, you like, should I really buy this for myself? This is kind of selfish. I should buy this for my son. I need this for the house. We need this for the family, right? You know, as moms, we be prioritizing everybody over yourself. Last year, I was like, bump that. Bump that. It's about me. I need my gifts. I need my melanin magic. So I started my subscription. If you want to take a look at the Brown Sugar Box, by the way, you can take a look through me. Go to sistersense.com/BSB, which stands for Brown Sugar Box. You're going to get a little credit, a little good if you want to get it. And again, I love that platform, you know. But I talk about the Brown Sugar Box because I didn't buy it initially, even though it was awesome and it was beautiful. They don't know me. All they know is that in order to grow their business, they got to be consistent. They're consistently marketing on Instagram. They're consistently marketing on Facebook. They just had pop-ups in Essence. They were beautiful pop-up in Essence. They just were at Lamar's another awesome entrepreneur in my entrepreneurial circle. I hang around good people, y'all. The success of your business depends upon the company that you keep. You got to know and grow with some driven people. He had an amazing conference. I wish I was there in Atlanta a few months ago. I think it was called Traffic, Sales and Profit. And Nicole, she's in his community. I think she's in his mastermind, I believe, but don't quote me. And she did a pop-up there as well. She's going to events. She's proactively marketing online. She's not looking just at her short-term, but in her long-term growth, where she wants to see her business in the future. This Girl Boss conversation is about visualization. You can't just look at where you are and think about where you are and think about your now and how funds is tight and fixate on that. You got to visualize. You got to astro project yourself into the future 6 months from now, 5 years from now, and see that woman, that person, that business that you want to see. Speak what you seek until you see what you said. Get them things out of your head. Get that plan on paper and work towards the growth goals. We grow our businesses like we grow ourselves, but you cannot get caught up in the perception of fake perfection that you see everybody posting. Oh, they got it easy. They get it so quickly. It's all sizzle. It ain't steak. It ain't the real meat and potatoes of what it takes to make it online over time. You cannot rush the process, but you can nurture it. So look at and here's the thing. Right now, I'm telling you, when it comes to GRO, growth goals, I'm talking to you about your subscriber base, your social media following, your customer base, your sales, thinking about how you're strategically going to grow in those areas, right? But there are other areas. What are some other areas in your business where you want to grow? Let me know. Drop into the comment box and you say, LaShanda, man, for real, you speaking to me right now. Because right now, I'm looking to grow here. I'm looking to grow my inventory. I don't got not a thing to sell. I'm looking to produce products this year, right? I'm looking to grow my confidence. I'm looking to be that kind of woman who steps into her beauty and her business like a boss and who is confident when it comes to selling. I'm looking to grow my skin. Y'all, as an entrepreneur, you got to put skin in the game. People don't understand. Entrepreneurship, at the end of the day, is spending a few years doing what most people won't so you can spend the rest of your life living how most people can't. Most people are fakepreneurs. They ain't realpreneurs. Because they ain't willing to spend the few years in the beginning to do the hard work. Which means when you're doing that hard work, you're going to be like that kid on that bike who falls off 5 times and gets up 11 times. You're going to have to scratch yourself a couple of times. You're going to get some skin in the game. So maybe your growth goal is growing a thicker skin. I'm sensitive. I'm a Gemini. Some people say I'm an empath. That's what they tell me. Sensitive. You know how some people are sympathetic? I'm empathetic. Like literally, I can't see people fall. Some people, like my hubby, right? He's one of those people who, some people who find things hilarious, like when people fall or they're embarrassed and they're like, ha, 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 that's so funny. I'm not one of those people. I hurt. Like I feel for them. I can't watch that kind of stuff, right? Being in that kind of a space, I had to grow a thicker skin because I was sensitive. I didn't even want to show my face online. For the first couple of years of my business, there was no picture. And then you know what I had back in the day? They had something called Yahoo avatars. And I had a little graphic of a cute little black girl. I was like, I don't want them to see my face. I'm fat. I'm black. My teeth ain't that cute. I don't want them seeing me. I don't like the way my hair look. I don't want them seeing me. For the first couple of years, I didn't even put a picture of myself online. I've been doing this for almost 2 decades. I had to grow a thicker skin. When I started doing live streams and Periscope and the trolls were real and they went in. And let me tell you something. Trolls are energetic, low energy forces because it doesn't even matter that these people are random and they come on your feed. If you've ever experienced trolls, somehow they're able to say and identify that one flaw or insecurity that triggers you. And they don't know you. They just jump on your scope, and within 2 seconds, they say something that hits you to the core because it's a low energy force. It's a spiritual thing that is went straight into them and told them exactly what to say to hit you at your core. You ain't smart. You ain't pretty. You so fat. You so black. Why you on this? And all of a sudden, I don't want to do this anymore. You got to grow a thicker skin. I had to grow a thicker skin. I started making jokes with them. I started laughing with them. I had a stroll on my Periscope last week. And then I started laughing and making jokes, and somebody was like, I like you. You have a good sense of humor. I learned how to stop being triggered and to start tricking that lower energy to understand that I'm not feeding into my distractions. I'm feeding my focus. Ha ha ha. I see you. Next. You can't let one monkey stop the show. Come on now. Them low energy vibrations are going to try and hit you from every direction. They're going to try and hit you from every direction. So maybe you need to grow a thicker skin. What kind of growth do you need beyond the 3 areas that I shared with you here? Growing your social following, growing your subscriber base, growing your email list. By the way, those are the topics that we're talking about in my mastermind. Some of y'all know because you went in my mastermind. But if you're not and you're curious about the mastermind, literally you can go to sistersense.com/mastermind. Okay. And you can do a trial. You can do like a 30-day trial. It's like $10. The trial is 30 days and it's no subscription. So you can just do it for 30 days to see if the mastermind is a good fit for you. Okay. And this month right now, we're focused on the email subscriber growth. Then we're going to go into your sales growth and your social media following growth. Okay. I grow organically, by the way. I've got several thousand people following me online, but still it's a relatively small community that I have. And one of the things that I teach is that you can get big results from a small list. You can, even in spaces where you only have relatively a small amount of people buying from you, you can still generate good revenue depending upon what you sell and how consistent you are on showing up and shining online. Okay. So I do have trainings on how to get big results from a small list. And I do talk to you guys from a real place because y'all are real people, right? Right? Y'all are real people. And you don't necessarily need to be like people who have, 500 people watching them. You can be in a place where you've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 100 people watching you and bring in the right kind of revenue because you're strategic and intentional. And you are in a place of high vibration, good energy. Like I said, that beautiful growth message from Stephen Furtick this morning is probably on YouTube. It's called The Truth About Growth. He said, God is telling you, this is how growth is. You sow, you water, you plow. You don't have to know how. He's looking for the hungry, the truly righteous, so he can pour into you and help you and guide you. You don't got to know every step. Some of you don't want to do any steps because you feel like you got to be perfect and get all the steps right and all the pieces of the puzzle before you move forward. Boo, you don't have to know all of it. You sow, you water, you plow. Like growth of plants. You don't have to know how everything is going to come to fruition. Just keep sowing that seed, watering it, and it's going to grow. You don't have to know how. Just keep doing it. And you'll phase in your greatness, and you'll come up with the perfect process as you go. Again, you cannot rush the process. You got to nurture it. You got to nurture it. Okay. So like I said, for those of you who are interested in those 3 core areas of growth and you're interested in my mastermind, feel free to go to sistersense.com/mastermind. If you're new to me, literally, you can do that $10 trial. I don't know when you're watching this. You could be watching this 10 years from when I did this. So if you're watching this 10 years from when I did the actual live, the trial may not be $10 10 years from now, but for what it is now, it's $10 for 30 days, no subscriptions, just to see if we're a good fit, kind of like dating, right? But those are the areas we're focused on. Again, outside of those areas, let me know if there are other areas in your business that you feel like you need to grow in. And I gave you a few of those examples. So the last thing that I'm going to talk to you guys about when it comes to growth is people's perception of the process of growth and when they should start the process of growth. Okay. So I got a few examples of that. I had a young lady came, I need to pause. I need some water. So while I'm pausing, feel free to talk to me or share this, because sharing is caring. It's early, y'all. I need to close my eyes for a minute. Whew. I could take a 5-second nap like nobody business. Y'all about that nap life? Come on now. I take like 2 to 3 naps a day. My hubby came in yesterday. I was like, I'm napping. Get out. But just closing my eyes for a minute. So a young lady who is in my Focus Forward program. I have a 5-day productivity program called Focus Forward. So for 5 days, I can help you work on your productivity and go from full plate to fully focused, right? It's at sistersense.com/focus forward, right? So a young lady who's in the program right now, she messaged me and she said, LaShanda, I'm working on because one of the things in the program is every day I talk to you about things you can do to work on your focus, right? And I say, check in with me, let me know where you are, what you're working on. So she emailed me and said, I'm working on my book right now. And I want to know, LaShanda, what do you think? I want to do a vlog. Vlog is when you video consistently. You blog, but instead of doing written blogs, you do videos. She said, I want to do a vlog, but the book isn't done yet. So should I wait until the book is done or should I start now? And I'm like, you don't wait until you ready to be ready, right? Remember I talked about the buy now versus the build up? You got to build up your brand. You got to build up your visibility. So absolutely do the vlog now. Do it now. Start it now, right? She was like, okay, yes, thank you, right? So when you think about being in a space where you work on goals, hey, Miss Resume Workshop, hello, my dear. When you think about working your goals, right? I want you to think about 2 phrases, okay? 2 phrases when it comes to growth. All or nothing, right? Number 1. Some people are all or nothing. I want it all now. I want to do it all now. I want to start it all now. And if I can't start it all now, I don't have enough money to make it happen now, I'm not doing nothing. Not now. There's all or nothing mentality, right? All or nothing. Think about, are you that kind of person? Are you an all or nothing person, right? You're in a space where you want to build your business, but you're like, I don't have enough money. I'm going to tell you something. I ain't have no money when I started about building my business. I said to y'all, when I started my business, I had a floss string budget. That's one of my signature sisters saying. I ain't have shoestring. I have floss. That's how much money I had. But you cannot make lack of money or your perception of how much money you think you need to start your business be the reason you don't start your business. Because literally, you can start your business with $100. You can start your business for free with no money. If you can't spend the money, you got to spend the time. You got to figure out what you need to do to grow your business online. But you got to understand this is never an all or nothing situation. There are folks that go, look, I want to make product. I want to finish that book, but I don't got the time right now. So either I have all the time that, God just opens up the gates and gives me like paid leave of my job for 3 months, and I have 3 perfect months to do everything that I want, or I'm not doing nothing. Think about that. All or nothing. Real talk. Check your challenges. Are you an all or nothing kind of a person? Some people have debt, right? Some of y'all, your finances is a little bit funny. I know what it's like to be in debt. I told you, I started off on a floss string budget. I couldn't afford the Tropicana, the good orange juice. I had to get the Tropicana, the fake stuff, where they just take the orange peels and they mix it up in some water. That's the kind of orange juice that I could afford. Shoot, I ain't had no money. I know what it's like to be in debt, but trust and believe, I also know what it's like to go from a credit score that was barely 500 to having a credit score that was close to 800. When we bought our house, my credit was so damn good. I got 4% interest rate on my mortgage. Come on now. And let me tell you what, I was one of them college kids that when I left college, my credit was shot to shit. But there are a lot of people out there that suffer with bad credit, right? Because I got a couple of folks that I know that suffer from bad credit, but they got that all or nothing mentality. I can't pay the bill collectors today, so I ain't talking to them today. I don't got that kind of money, so them bills just gonna have to stay there and deal with it. I saw I saw an Instagram meme, right, that said government, right? You know them ones that the people say, they say one thing and then you say something, right? So it said government. We owe China $1.3 trillion. Me. We don't owe China $1.3 trillion. You owe China $1.3 trillion. I owe Verizon $60. Don't claim that. Don't put that 1.3 on me. That's you. I owe Verizon $60. I'm good. Some of y'all like, look, I'm going to pay the ones I can pay. The other ones ain't time to play. I don't got time for that. All or nothing. The reality is that is not how you should function in your personal or your professional. Because guess what? You want to know how I went from having a credit score that was barely 500 to having a credit score that was close to 800? You want to know how I did that? Easy. Called the bill collector, said, look, damn, some stuff is tight right now. What can I do? I'm kind of scared, but I need to talk to you. What can I do? I got on payment plans. I scheduled out my payments. I settled what I could settle. I learned about debt and how there are certain things that there was stuff on my credit that wasn't even my debt that I could take off. I emailed the credit bureau. Hey, look, this right here, this ain't me. This ain't me. Can you take this off, please? I got a secured credit card until I could build up my credit again to get real credit cards again. I did a lot of stuff to grow my credit, right? It did not happen overnight, but it happened. I did a lot of stuff to grow my credit. I need to have like a book on credit. It did not happen overnight, but it happened because I did the tortoise or the hare. That was me. I paid off what I needed to pay off, got off what I needed to get off, baby stepped what I needed to baby step. Before I could get good credit cards again, I had to get them secured credit cards again. I got initially I got one of the, and I don't know if you've ever looked at a secure credit card. When I was trying to build up my credit again, man, this was like 15 years ago. I had gotten a $500 secure Bank of America credit card, because the secure card is like, look, we don't trust you with our money. So what you're going to do is you're going to put some money on this card and you're going to use that like a credit card. I was like, okay. Come on now. Went from when you a college student, everybody want to give you credit, right? I got that credit initially and then that got shot to shit because a lot of us college students, we know nothing about finances, right? Killed the credit, had to start off again with the baby credit, right? To getting to a point where now it's easy for me. I think the last credit card I had was, what was my credit line? I think it was like, because I had an Amazon credit card. When I got that one, I think it was like a $10,000 credit on that, or $9,000 credit on that. And I was like, look at God. They would barely want me to have $500. But you know how I did that? The tortoise and the hare. That person, that tortoise that wants to go fast and fails, versus the tortoise who was like, I'm just going to pay $20 a month. I'm just going to do what I need to do to build up my credit. It may take a couple of years, but I'm going to get it. Are you all or nothing, or tortoise or the hare? And that's a big reality check, because some of you guys are, as my father used to say, Russians. You want to rush. Why you a Russian? Rush. You want to be that hare that's just running and rushing to get there. And I understand that, because we live in an instant gratification place, and this virtual space, you see everybody telling you that it's so easy to do it so fast. And you're not understanding that for the majority of people, growth requires growing pains. Growth requires nurturing. You can't rush the process. You can nurture it. A powerful message that I received last week around growth. And it's funny because when you have something that you are focused on, energetically, things will come to you to tell you what to do energetically. The angels will come to you and speak to you in different ways. And last week, one of those messages that I received, that I saw, was sometimes growing feels like breaking. Come on now. Come on now. Be honest with yourself. Some of you guys, you want to grow as a business owner, but you started this business because you thought it would make you feel good. Shame on you. You started this business because to some degree it was therapy. Got you to figure out how you were going to battle your demons. Got you in a place where you could tell people about what you've been through so you could help somebody get out of what they've been in, right? Some of you, your business is therapeutic. Some of you, your business is the concept of a personal ATM. You get $10 today, you spend that $10 tomorrow. Your business is your personal ATM, right? Start that business because you think it's going to simply make you feel good, right? Being in this space where you understand that sometimes growing feels like breaking. So for some of you, you're triggered when your business is hard. You're triggered when your business make you feel bad. You're triggered when you're rejected and you put yourself out there or things go wrong. You're triggered. You get to start to have these depression-like syndromes and feelings, and then you stop. Then you don't work on the business anymore. Am I speaking to anybody out there? You got to understand that entrepreneurship isn't just about the feel good. It's about the real good, the rich life, the living in your purpose, the understanding that at the end of the day, you can always be fired from a job. But when you find your gift, you'll never be out of work. That is the real good of entrepreneurship and being a business owner. But sometimes growth feels like breaking. You tired, you want to sleep, ain't nothing working. You put all this energy in and you lost 500 and you made $5. I went to an event last year. I invested about $2,000 into this event to market at this event, to sell my product at this event. Trust and believe, I did not get $2,000 in sales. I did not break even at that event, but it was still an opportunity for me. And I think about it and I say, you know what? It's not a win or lose situation. It's a win or learn. And I tell you, I learned a whole lot from that event. Sometimes growing feels like breaking, and you feel like you're making all the mistakes. You sowing and you watering and you don't know how, and you trying to plow and you in this situation and everything is going wrong. Sometimes growth feels like breaking. I think about knees. And my hubby told me about when he was going through a growth spurt and his knees hurt him when he was younger, when he was an adolescent. And then a very similar thing happened to his sister. She's younger than him. And so when we were seeing her in her adolescence, she was having knee trouble, right? And I don't know if you ever noticed that sometimes your kids will come to you and mommy, this hurts. Mommy, that hurts. Did you fall on nothing? No, it hurts. They're growing pains. Sometimes they ain't nothing for me to tell my son other than sleep it off, shake it off. You growing, boo. Sometimes growing feels like breaking. I cannot say that enough to you, because some of you are triggered and you're stopping because you're thinking that the bad feelings that you're feeling are an indication for you to stop. The only stop you need to do is STOP. Stop, think, observe, proceed. Not to stop in the tracks and do nothing and fall back and push back your plans, but STOP, stop, so that you can think about what's happening. You can observe the energy externally and internally, and then proceed onto your next best step. That's the only kind of stopping you need to do. Come through. Come on. Don't let the hard feelings of growing discourage you. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all understand what I'm saying? Okay. So when it comes to personal and professional growth, I need you all to understand one of the reasons why I'm encouraging you to set your mid-year agenda goals. I'm encouraging you to visualize where you want to be in the future. I'm encouraging you to not just think about the urgency of, girl, I need to make money. I get so many emails, LaShanda, I needed to make money yesterday. You can't think like that, because making money online takes time. Startups don't pay up right away, okay? That's just the reality of the situation. So if you in it for temporary monetary fast riches, get out of it now. Go find a job, go find somebody that's going to subsidize your income, because this is not where you need to be. Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. But if you genuinely feel this is your purpose, you want to do this, you love to do this, you can't think of anything else, you eat, sleep, drink, breathe, you are a creative and you create things all the time and you want to serve people online. If you are in genuine determined commitment to doing this, determined, look, I made up a word. If you are genuinely committed to doing this, understand that it's not an all or nothing situation. The time, the money, the resources, they're not just going to magically appear so that you think that you're just going to wait until it's convenient for you to start. There's never going to be a right time, a convenient time, an easy time to start this. You're going to have to make the time. I have something called the 3-hour work week. Some of you guys heard about it. Some of you guys saw it. I have something called Get Your Ish Together over at sistasense.com/GYIT, stands for Get Your Ish Together. In that series, I talk about the 3-hour work day and how that you have to intentionally set aside 3-hour work periods to work on your business, because this is a tortoise or the hare. You got to be the tortoise. You're setting aside these 3-hour work periods so you can chip away at your to-do list and you can chip away at your goals. This is a tortoise or the hare conversation. You're not just going to magically find the time. You got to make the time. This is a situation that if you want to grow your business, you're not just going to magically have 5,000 people following you. You're going to have 5 people following you and 5 people watching you like I do right now. And understand that there's a significance and power in not reaching everybody, but divine right time, reaching the right bodies. Because maybe one day I might be on here saying, boo, I got 5,000 people watching me live. Bless God. But before I get there, I'm here with you, my 6, my 10, my 20, my 15. Because you got to step by step work the process and understand, if I never get to 5,000, I'm still okay, because I'm rich today at 5, 6, 10, and 20. I've got a sustainable business. I work for myself at home. I've been doing this online thing for almost 20 years. I've been working at home for myself for the last 13 years, whether I got 6 people watching me or 6,000. The Bible says where 2 or 3 are gathered in his name. Come on now. Even when I just got 2 or 3 around me, I am blessed. And I have processed that I am exactly where I need to be, doing exactly what I need to be doing, with exactly who I need to be working with. I ain't here for all the bodies. I ain't here for everybody. I'm here for the right bodies. And that's what you need to be too. So get your mind right so you can get that money right. Get your mind right. All right. So that's the last thing that I want to share with you. Understand that this process of building your business is a process. You cannot rush it. You have to nurture it. Stop trying to think that you can just quickly get this stuff done. If you want to get it done, I always talk about working in a space of strategy and intention. You've got to consistently put the pieces together. One of my private clients, my insider circle clients, we worked together for 1 year for her to work on her products, for her to work on building up her email list, for her to understand the topics she should be talking about and how she should be having conversations with her clients. Now she left one of her jobs, because she had 2 jobs she was working. Now that her business is, the income is picking up, she said, girl, I left one of them jobs. She posted a video on my mastermind group on Facebook. She said, this year I left one job because now my business, I've got coaching clients, I've got people buying my products. It's making enough that I don't need those 2 jobs anymore. Now I can focus more on my business. So eventually she's going to say, I left the 2nd job. I'm done. I'm nobody else's job. My business is my job. And she was one of my Insider Circle Mastermind clients. She jumped on and blessed us with her motivation. She said, look, I've been working with LaShanda for a year and a half now. Come on now. Now she's doing live streams all the time. She's selling products. She's about to do a retreat in Ghana. She's doing it. But see, you got to set yourself up for success. Success is just not simply going to fall in your lap or happen quickly because you bought into somebody's Facebook ad of how they started yesterday and they making 7 figures today. And if you follow their 3 steps, I'm going to tell you this, by the way. I'm going to tell you my 5 steps, but I'm going to tell you I've been doing this for 2 decades. Don't get it twisted. Now, the advantage of me telling you what I do now is that I've cultivated strategies that can help you get things done faster, that can help you cut away at some of the crap. But that doesn't mean faster means overnight. It just means you're a little bit more laser focused, and where it took me maybe 2 or 3 years to focus on my email list, you can get a jump on it earlier. You can avoid some of those mistakes that we had to scrape our knee and go, oh man, I shouldn't have done that. That's that kind of fast. Not the, oh my God, I'm going to make 7 figures in 3 months because that's what so-and-so did. You don't know so-and-so's life. You don't know so-and-so's connections. Stay in your lane, won't be no traffic. You got to understand that. You got to understand the GRO, get rich online, to generate revenue online. You got a GRW, grow, work on your growth goals. Understand you have to not rush the process, but nurture the process over time. All right. So I'm done with y'all because I got to go. I've been on here for quite a bit of time. Right now, I said to you, one of the things I'm focused on is helping you with your growth goals. So you're going to see me have quite a few of these growth and girl boss conversation sessions with you guys. Make sure you turn on alerts and notifications so that you can see when I jump on here to share. Number 1. Number 2, please share with me what you've learned, or if you've gotten anything from this message today, feel free to drop that into the comment box. If anything has motivated you or touched you or resonated you, please let me know. Of course, also feel free to share out this because sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. I can't stress that enough, right? That's how we grow, when we share and let other people know who they need to be connected to, right? And of course, please, please, please feel free to share a review of Sister Sense if I have helped you in any way, shape, or form over the course of the last few weeks, months, or years. On Facebook.com/Sister Sense, there is a review section. So if you could take a second and share a review of anything you've learned or anything you've gleaned from me over the last few weeks, months, or years, I would appreciate that. Truly, truly. I do take the time to come online and pour into you as much as I can. And when you guys leave comments and likes and shares and reviews, you pour back into me, and that kind of re-energizes me and allows me to do what I do for you. So if nothing else, if you could simply just take a minute to tap on the hearts, leave a comment, and share that, trust me, that goes a long way. That goes a long way. I talk to you about riches. There's so many different aspects of riches, and you make my world richer when you engage with me, communicate with me, share me with others, and share what you've learned and what you plan to do. Let me know what you plan to do today to work on your GRO grow and your GRO grow goals. Let me know what you plan to do today. Okay. So last but not least, I'm just going to simply recap by sharing some of the resources that I've shared with you today. Number 1, if you do want to work on your mid-year agenda and end-of-year goals, make sure that you go to sistersense.com/MYA, that stands for mid-year agenda. You can find some of the web classes and audio sessions on accountability that I have done for you there, absolutely free. sistersense.com/MYA mid-year agenda. Okay, that was number 1. Number 2, I said to you, I had quite a few 10-point, 10-question quizzes to help you. I did those yesterday. The first quiz was, are you set up for sales success? 10 points, 10 questions. Let's see how many points you get. Number 1 and number 2, are you ready for revenue? Take that quiz. Those 2 quizzes, you can watch those videos. You can take the quiz via the videos. You can find them on Facebook at Sister Sense or on YouTube. You'll find me on YouTube, L. Henry, LaShanda Henry, Sister Sense. Type it in. You'll find me, subscribe, turn on notifications. Okay. And last but not least, I said to you, if you really want to work on setting yourself up for sales success, and if you missed that webinar that I did yesterday, feel free to go over to www.sistersense.com/SUFS, which stands for Set Up for Sales. If you want to work on your sales efforts, if you want to get better at being a seller online so you can actually sell your stuff, if you're struggling because you've got slow sales, low sales, or no sales, I want you to be able to walk through some of the sales strategies that I want to share with you inside of the Set Up for Sales Success webinar training. You'll also get access to some extra fabulous and free goods, including my social media sales graphic templates, so you can make Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest graphics and awesome graphics that you can post on your platforms that will help you work on strategically and intentionally promoting your products and services to work on your GRO, grow, generate revenue online goals. Okay. And again, you can learn more about that webinar right now. You can get half off. That's going to go away in 3 days. It's a little bit more than it was before, but then it's going to be at its regular retail rate, and the half off is going to be gone. And then that whole set yourself up for sales success, that whole virtual webinar is going to be gone, period. So it's going to go up in 3 days. The half off is going to be gone in 3 days. So make sure that you get it if you do want it by going over to sistersense.com/SUFS for set up for sales. Okay. And of course, if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to leave them here. You can leave me a message. You can message me on Facebook. You can go to sistersense.com, click the grade tab on the right of the sistersense.com website and leave me a voice message that way. You can email sistersense@gmail.com if you want to connect, ask questions, and look for support. Okay. So, alrighty, my dears, have an amazing day. And hopefully you'll see me right back here, maybe on a little bit later today. Okay. But until then, take care.